This morning's announcements, with thanks to Bill Curtis and apologies to everyone else. At a church called All Souls in the Wood, there's an art celebration so good. After quarantine break, we are ready to make the best service we possibly could. All are welcome here, that's still a given. It's by covenant here we are living. We follow no creed, we just know that we need to stay connected and kind and forgiven. Diversity of thought is a feature, not a bug, for we value each creature. Each one blessed from birth shares this home here on earth, so how could it possibly be peachier? If this is your first time to be here, we hope you'll know there's more to see here. A class in a room or a meeting on Zoom, all ages can grow from RE here. That stands for religious education, for spiritual growth and formation. Classes come back next week. If it's learning you seek, check the slides in the foyer for information. Each month, we have a plate giveaway to help worthwhile nonprofits make headway. Let compassion for lives to get your 10s and your 5s. For those post-incarceration, a new day. Kathy, oh, such a great volunteer. Her service makes all of us give a cheer. Don't fail to remember this is her September. Of this month, she's our volunteer. Today, there is art down the hall to see or to buy, great and small. Give the artist their due, make a purchase or two, or 3 or 4 or more, and take time to appreciate all. But first, it's music and poetry time. You'll soon have release from this awkward rhyme. So silence your phone, set a calm, peaceful tone, and listen to the very end of this chime. And we'll now sing together, Spirit of Life. You'll rise in body or spirit and join us in the unison affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. And remain standing. Our next hymn is When the Spirit Says Do, and the words will be on the screen. And here.
shout when the Spirit says shout. 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 When the Spirit says do, got to do. When the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you got to do. Oh Lord, you got to do. When the Spirit says do. 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 I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. Gonna write words so neat, gonna knock me off my feet. It's the kisses at the bottom, I'll forget that I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better. And close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. Gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write words so sweet, they're gonna knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better. Close with love with the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came
I'm turning east off a line on the Kings. I'm turning east off a line on the Kings. I'm going down Greasy Spoon Road to get what I need. Well, you can get what you need down Greasy Spoon Road. Well, you can get what you need down Greasy Spoon Road. It don't matter the hour, you just gotta go. So I'm searching for the green, green goddess. Where did she go? Yes, I'm searching for the green, green goddess. Where did she go? You used to find her down at Merle's long time ago. So I'm a-pulling into George's for that fine peach pie. Yes, I'm pulling into George's for that fine peach pie. Or that famous steak sandwich, I miss it so much I could cry. Well, I'm a-cruising down the highway of kings. Yes, I'm a-cruising down the highway of kings. Oh, you know what I mean. We put a halo on George's, a halo on Don's, a halo on Bricados and Old Leon's. We put a halo on Merle's and Little Joe's too. A halo on Wiseman's and Sansone's too. Taco Mania and Pizza King. Counterculture whispers, don't lose hope. Oh, counterculture screams, don't lose hope, get me something out of the ordinary. Oh, Suto, oh, Suto. Goodbye, everybody.
The trees on Juju Road. The trees on Juju Road talk to each other. Oh, yes, they do. Awake to the world's slow turning by the nuance of shadow, the trees heartwood and taproot speak of flood and drought, warmth and frost, of waking and slumbering. They speak of sawtooth wounds, the affront of rough prunings, as if the trees themselves don't know how best they ought to grow. They talk of the shifting mantle beneath them, seedlings and saplings, moss and vines, far away tides, and the wind-whispered rumors of smoke. They discuss the wild things which skitter, scamper, and slither around trunks, roots, and branches and burrow into bark. These are the things that trees talk about the most. But sometimes, instead of the dryness or wetness of their roots, the trees bend close to discuss the one guileless enough to have grown a low-hanging branch. He felled himself, toppled by sorrow and the weight of memory, of the fear and the fire and the hate. He blocked the way down Juju Road for a time, but those same men came to saw and cut and drag him without repentance, piece by piece, to the verge. The trees argue what he should have done. The oaks and the hickory say he should have dropped the limb to save himself. Yes, not his fault. The fickle leaves wrestle in agreement. No, he could not, the loblolly and longleaf reply. The burden was too heavy. And of each broken spirit pacing the length of Juju Road with his head held wrong, the trees ask, why are the innocents only cursed to wander here in this bloody, shady grove? Maybe the guilty have too many places to haunt. Perhaps it's their thin-stretched specters, sullen and seething, that haze the moon on sweltering summer nights, pricking nerves and setting tempers to flame. The smaller dogwoods, growing gently in their dappled shade, talk less often than the larger trees on Juju Road. But each spring, In due time, they drop their white, rust-tipped petals into the palm of the wind as remembrance. Thanks.
When our moods are low and our lives feel dark and the future doesn't look good and we can't see any way out, when the light can't reach us, we must remember that life itself, beautiful life itself, that life itself is a beautiful thing. It has always been true, the darkness and light, what me was sold on to trust in life. Our days can be luminous and bright if we can remember always our lives are compelling, our lives can have meaning, our lives may be wonderful. Disillusion wins when our visions cloud, when we stare into the abyss of the unknown part of our souls, when we feel defeated. We must remember that life itself, mysterious life itself, that life itself is a beautiful thing. It has always been true, the darkness and light, what we must hold on to, our trust in life. Our days can be luminous and bright if we can remember always our lives are compelling, our lives have deep meaning, our lives can be beautiful. May we rise above all our fears and doubts. May we seek more powerful ways to encompass all that we feel. When our hopes sustain us, when we remember that life itself, mysterious life itself, our life itself
is a beautiful thing. It has always been true, the darkness and light, but we must hold on to our trust in life. Our days may be luminous and bright if we can remember always our lives are compelling, our lives have deep meaning, our lives can be beautiful. Beautiful.
Portuguese tango, sung in English. Our love always comes to an end, me an old grump in a bad mood, and you old fogey storming out the door. But in the morning, something strange happens. I'm a little squirt playing marbles, and you a little kid swimming in the pond. Even avoiding everything repeats itself. The words, the shouts, the bruised egos, but we always work it out. In our love, everything continues. The first kiss and the moonlight, the wedding and the January sun. Then arrives Joanna and Martine, plus Fifi, Mittens, and Doggy. And what's that wrinkle arriving in the mirror? With arthritis, a hernia, and bad knees, you confuse the name of our granddaughter, and I don't know where I left my keys. Our love always comes to this moment, to the moment that I look at you with the air of a penitent lamb. But you don't even remember what I did, and I with all this forgot it too. And we still feel the same about each other. I hang my coat on the hanger, I put on my night clothes and join you, and with a tender smile, impudently. La 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 la. La 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 la. I rest my cold foot on your warm knees, and falling asleep, I say quietly, I would do it all again.
Love moans of long ago, erased, suppressed, surpassed. Some people can move on, some can't. Clean sheets, new lovers, new reasons to look beyond themselves. A sun made of coal would have burned itself out long ago. Even atoms tearing themselves apart would be finished by now. In my mind, we still combine. I read by the light of it. For me, it's the same day, not even noon, not even the end of the first minute of dawn. The solar years will pass, yellow noon, coarse red middle age, dwarf nova, and the dark. Read by that distant fire. Eat. Try to sleep.
I'm just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies and jest, still a man hears what he wants to hear, disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, quiet of a railway station, running scared. Laying low, seeking out the poor quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. La la la, la 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 la. La la la, la 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 la. Asking only workman's wages, like I'm looking for a job, but I get no offers. Just to come on from the whores on 7th Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome I took some comfort there. Ooh. Now the years are rolling by me now, rocking evenly. I am older than I once was, younger than I'll be, that's not unusual. No, it isn't strange, after changes upon changes, we're more or less the same. After changes, we are more or less the same. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Then I'm laying out my winter clothes, wishing I was gone, going home, where the New York City winters were not leading me to going home. Ooh. In a clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries a reminder of every glove that laid him down or cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. Fighter still remains. La la la, la la la.
right and wrong, who's to say which we should refuse? All we know, love survives either way we choose. Here you are at the edge, go ahead and fall. Don't resist, I insist, love still conquers all. I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling sad, a little childish, a little dad. I think of all the days you've known, all the ways you've grown, see you on your own, and then I'm feeling happy and sad again. I think I'm rested, and then I'm tired. Today requested, tomorrow fired. And now a boy says he adores she who once was yours. And now such news. I'm sad and happy. Why should I choose? Life is full of contradictions, every inch a mile. At the moment we start weeping, that's when we should smile. In every heaven, you'll find some hell, and there's a welcome in each farewell. Life can be harsh, the future strict. Who would dare predict? And the boy you've picked, not bad. So let's be happy, forever happy, completely happy, and a tiny bit sad.
You want to be in the middle? Nope. I just go where she tells me.
Can't hear you.
You want a little louder?
A little bit.
Thank you. We've done so much for so long, so little. Now we can do most anything with nothing much at all. Basic fools with basic tools, yeah, we'll whittle your problems down to size, both great and small. The know-how, we got the know-how. Here among us, here and now. Na 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 na, know-how, know-how. We got the know-how. Yeah, 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 know-how. We stumble on dilemmas, they're a real pickle when ordinary methods aren't available to use. The mother of invention's big ideas tickle, so they're the ones we know to choose. The know-how, we got the know-how. Here among us, here and now. Na 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 na, know-how, know-how. We got the know-how. Yeah, 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 know-how. Our improvised solutions don't need approval. So if we jury rig our lives, we're making pieces fit. Our engineer excursions might just bamboozle the know-it-alls who never get the know-how. We got the know-how. Here among us, here and now. Na 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 na, know-how, the know-how. We got the know-how. Yeah, 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 the know-how. The know-how. We got the know-how. Here among us, here and now. Na 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 na, know-how, the know-how. We got the know-how. Yeah, 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 the know-how. Tag it, back. Yeah, 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 the know-how. Woo!
Teresa, what are you doing up there? My mother's voice intrudes on my solitude as she shouts up the stairs. Inertia has a firm grip on me. I'm on the bed upstairs in my childhood home reading a book. I'm on vacation from work, soaking in the cooler summer temperatures of the Virginia mountains. I'm also licking my wounds after a divorce and settling into my childhood pattern of summer binge reading. I thought I'd spend a quiet morning up here reading, I yelled back, never moving from the bed. I like to be active in the morning, my mother replies. By now, she's standing in the stairwell, so she can see me lying on the bed with my book. I thought we could drive up the mountain to my old office. There's a scenic trail where we could take a picnic. Before she retired, my mother worked as a clerk for the U.S. Forest Service. Mother had me a picnic, and soon we're driving up Brushy Mountain, where the natural stone and timber Forest Service building sits on a ridge. We park at the end of the lot and set off on the nearby trail. The path is uneven, and Mother has a fear of falling after she slipped on ice and broke her ankle years before. I don't know about this, Teresa," she's already saying before we take a dozen steps. But then she sees a fallen branch that she modifies to make a walking stick, and we're off again. Soon the songs of birds and the hum of insects are more audible than the traffic noise from the nearby highway. Some of the trail is gravel, but most of the walking path is grass. "Oh dear," my mother begins, "what if we see a snake?" My mother has a serious phobia of snakes. "There are copperheads and rattlesnakes in these mountains," she adds. "If we see a snake, we'll turn back," I assure her. Further talk of snakes is soon forgotten as we approach a small pond beside the trail. Surrounded by woods, the water is green and murky. "I don't know how much farther I want to walk," my mother says, but I'm able to persuade her to see what's around the next bend and the one after that. Presently, we enter a clearing with a second, larger pond. Beside the pond are 2 picnic tables. "Oh, this is the perfect spot for a picnic," I announced to Mother. "I'll zip back to the car and get our cooler of food and be right back." "You would leave me here by myself?" she says accusingly, no doubt worrying about wild critters or possible perverts lurking on the nearby Appalachian Trail. I hurry back to the car, grab our food, and retrace my steps. As I round the last curve, I expect to find Mother perched on a picnic table, walking stick in hand, ready to ward off all intruders. Instead, she's wandering along the clearing, picking blackberries. She points out tiny water bugs skimming the surface of the pond, rippling the water. As we unpack our food, Mother also shows me which end of the picnic table has ants. After we eat, it's Mother who suggests we continue on the trail instead of backtracking so we can see the full circuit and see all the scenery. As we walk, I see Queen Anne's lace and stop to pick some. "Queen Anne's lace has chiggers," is Mother's automatic response. "I'm just going to pick a few, but do you think they'll wilt before we get home?" I ask. "Well, not if you wrap them in paper towels and put them in the cooler with the melted ice," Mother says, acquiescing. When we get home, we put our wildflowers in 2 small vases. One goes on the kitchen windowsill, and I take one to my bedroom. Looking back on this outing taken years ago, it has assumed added significance. Initially, I focused on Mother's reaction to the trip. Her personality was always more anxious than adventurous, but she also had a curious nature, so she was often able to work through her fears and continue on her journey. Then I examined my own actions. I overcame my tendency toward reading-induced stupor and got out of doors into nature. I realized my mother was more attuned to what I needed from my vacation than I was. I also learned that simple pleasures knitted together comprise our joy.
Let the river run, let all the dreamers wake the nations. Come, the new Jerusalem. Silver cities rise, the morning light, the streets that lead them, and sirens call them on with a song. water, coming through the fog, your sons and daughters.
Nice.